Hey guys, this is Kara from Piggy Farms Rabbitry. I wanted to do a video for everybody and talk about wounds and stuff for rabbits. I know people are kind of concerned, like if their rabbit gets a scrape or a wound or they get sore hocks, what do they do to help them? I will answer that for you. There are 3 different ways that you can do this. One of the ways is you can find some stuff at home actually. Epsom salt actually can work really, really well. If you get some Epsom salt and some warm water, and people say that you don't give rabbits baths. That's kind of a myth. Like if you can have a really calm rabbit and give them a bath to clean them up, you can. There's actually special shampoos that you can use for rabbits that will not harm their skin. It'll shine up their fur, and you can actually give them baths like a dog. The only thing that you do different is you only put about a little bit of water in the bottom of your tub. If you're willing to bring the rabbit inside and do this, you just put a little bit of water at the bottom of the tub, put some Epsom salt in there, make sure it's warm, and let them soak their feet in there. What I'm dealing with here in my rabbitry is sore hocks with one of my bucks. Sore hocks is when the feet get sores on them, and it's hard for them to get better because they will overgroom themselves. My buck is a really bad overgroomer, so that's why I'm having a really difficult time getting them better for him. He was getting better, but he overgroomed and he opened the wounds back up. So I'm back to giving him his spray treatment that I have for him. So you can do the Epsom salt in the water, which would probably be better for like during the summer, so you're not like, if your rabbits are outside, if you have a rabbitry, if you have a colony setting and they're outside or whatever and they're used to the cold, the Epsom salt in the water would be best for the summer. That way they're not going in and out of the warm and cold weather and messing up their body temperatures and stuff like that. The other thing you can use is either a spray or a powder. I have both of those. I like the spray better because it's a lot easier to put on my buck than the powder is. The powder doesn't stay as well. If you can get the powder to stay, that's great. If you have an indoor rabbit, the powder might work and you can wrap their feet if you can keep an eye on them. The spray works really well for me because, I mean, my rabbits aren't indoors, obviously, they're out here. And the spray works really well because you can just spray it on, it stays on. Even if they groom themselves, it stays on. It does not bother them, it will not harm them. This is mine right here. And the brand is Farnam, F-A-R-N-A-M. It's called Wound Coat. It's a blue lotion spray wound dressing. As ironic as it is, this is not blue. It is purple. And when it gets on you, it's very difficult to get off, so be careful when you're spraying this. You need to make sure your animal is secure and you're able to spray this really well, about 2 to 4 inches away from the wound. I would love to demonstrate this for you, but my buck is kind of being a stinker and he won't let me do it. So yeah, he's kind of being a little butt today. He's getting really annoyed with this and I feel really bad. I've had him since January. His situation is, I got him this way. His situation was that he was from his breeder that I got him from. I apologize. He was sold previously, and to an elderly lady that wanted an indoor pet. I think he was forgotten about. She passed away. They found him. He was underweight. He had sore hocks from sitting in his urine and feces and stuff like that. So that's how the sore hocks developed. He was given back to his breeder and she sold him to me. I got him in January. Like I said, in February, they were doing really, really good and I was very excited. I was starting to be like, okay, this is awesome. He's doing great. He overgroomed himself really bad and opened them back up, and I'm having a little bit of a difficulty getting him to stop. But this has worked really well for me. When he doesn't want me to get him out to do this, which what I usually do is I put his head between my legs, like I'll do it on the floor. I'll actually get down, I'll let him come out of his cage on his own. No rush or anything like that. I'll put his head in between my legs, I'll lift his back feet, and I'll spray real quick. Normally he does really well for me, but the past couple days I think he's just gotten really annoyed and really upset and he really hasn't wanted me to do this. But I do have a trick. I go underneath his cage and I'll spray it through the bottom and I can usually get it. I do have a piece of nice untreated plywood in his cage so he can get off the wire. He does use it. Sometimes he doesn't. He'll lay out and he'll sprawl out throughout his whole entire cage. His feet will be up, and the way he lays is just absolutely funny. He cracks me up. So that's a sneaky little way that I can get away with it. The other that I have is called, it's from this, actually the same brand as the spray. It's Farnham Wonder Dust. It's wound powder for horses and show stock. I made sure, I called the vet, and I made sure that this was okay for them as well. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the powder unless he's sprawled out in his cage and I can kind of pour it and he doesn't move, then I can get it to work. But the spray is just a lot easier because I can aim really, really well. This lid does come off in this powder. You can see it has a tip on it, but it does not work. It does not work. I will warn you on that one. So you will have to take this off. So if I can like go like this through his cage to get it to go on his feet, I will, but I like the spray just a lot better. So you've got options. So whatever works for you, that's great. If your rabbit's inside and you want to use this and you want to wrap his feet with some gauze pads and a wrap, then you can. The vet did suggest that as well. My rabbits aren't inside. My rabbits are outside, and so I can't watch him constantly to not chew those wraps off. So that's why I don't use this very often. So the best shot is, you know, during the winter and stuff like that, and make sure you keep this inside. Right now, with it not being as cold as it was a couple weeks ago, I can keep it outside. Keep this inside during the winter, though. It will explode. I did accidentally leave it out here when it was cold. This is the result. It's all over the can. It still works, but it's, yeah, I've had to clean it off several times. I don't know what the heck happened, but I forgot it. One day I forgot it out here, and that was the result. So there's your options. You got Epsom salt and warm water. You have the spray, which works great for me. I love it. That's my best option, and everybody has their own opinion. So, and then you have the powder. 3 great ways to help wounds. Sore hocks. Rabbits will get sore hocks, you know, from sitting in their own urine and feces too long, or, you know, some animals have bad genetics and that causes it. There's so many different ways rabbits can get sore hocks. So it's not just the wire or anything like that, because this guy wasn't even, I don't even think, in a wire cage, and he developed those. So that's my option. And how like I described it, how get him, since he is so big, I think he's probably 20 pounds now, which I'm happy to say that his weight is up where it should be. The way I did it was, like I said, I just let him come out of his cage. I don't force him. I don't freak him out or anything like that. Normally I can put his head right in between my legs, hold onto him with one hand, and then lift up with my other. And then as soon as I have his feet upright where I can see, I'll take my other hand off of him and then spray it on his feet. Like I said, the past couple days, he really hasn't wanted me to mess with him. He's actually sprawled out right now. Let's see if I can demonstrate. And it will, whoops, I have this hook too. There we go. It will leave coloring on your rabbit's fur. So if you're wanting to show, and you've got a show coming up and you're hoping this fixes it, do it several months ahead of time. And hopefully you don't have to deal with this at all. But this will stain, and my rabbit is white, so it will stain. But let's see if I can get him to, I don't know if you can see it, but that's his foot. That's one of them. And he is a really, really dirty buck. He will over-groom himself, and that's what caused his wounds to open back up. But he won't groom himself, like, to keep himself clean. I have 2 really dirty bucks. One is a Dutch, and then this guy. They just, no matter what I do, I give them a bath or anything like that, they don't want to be clean. They just want to be dirty. I'm like, fine, deal with it yourself. But if I can get this, and like I said, I'm sneaky sometimes. And I think this does sting a little bit. Like, it has a little bit of a sting, so I think that's why he freaks out. It's not that I'm handling him and he's upset about it. It's the fact that I think it does sting when it's open a little bit. So let's see if I hope you can see this. Yep. He's like, oh, you got me. So yeah, that's how I can do it sometimes. Like if I come out here and he's just laying down like that, I won't even mess with him. I'll just try to do it through the cage real quick. And I'm able to, you know, get it on him. And I do this at least once a day. Once a day, if I can. Like I said, the past couple days, he's been kind of giving me a hard time. So once a day, and it's not going to bother them if they lick it or anything like that, because he's actually licking it off right now. And you can use this on nursing does, pregnant does, and it will not bother them. So, speaking from experience on that. So yeah, and then you can use this for other animals too. You can actually, like, let's say your dog gets in a fight and he gets a scrape. Right here. That's awesome. You've got livestock, pigs, cattle, they get into a fight or they rub against the barbed wire or something like that. This works for that too. Like if you have a cow that really won't hold still for you very well, you have a good distance that you can spray this. So, this is, I mean, I highly recommend this because this has just been so much better for me than the powder. Or if your rabbit's inside, like an inside rabbit, and you want to do the Epsom salt and water, go ahead. It's not like they're going to be going back outside in the cold. So everybody has an option. You've got, I mean, you can do all three if you want to kind of, you know, help out if, you know, it does not matter. But this is what I have found to be helpful the most. I hope this helps you with any sores or scrapes or scratches that your rabbits may have, any type of livestock for that matter. I hope this helps you. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. Then head on over to my husband's page, Hanky Farms, and check out some of his videos that he has. Like, share, and subscribe for him as well. And I really hope you enjoyed this, and have a great day.